Awesome. Thank you so much. So I had some important things to share, which I'll be covering in the form of a video as well. One thing is that the statistics for the latest class are out. Statistics means the class profile. So the ISB PGP batch started on 11th April, and some mentees were kind enough to share the statistics of the latest admitted class. So the median GMAT is same as last year, 675 blended. Median GRE has fallen a bit from 327 to 325 of the entire class. The median work-ex is broadly 4 years, which is similar as the last year. Uh, GRE range was 309 to 337. GMAT range was 595 to 775. Um, Number of students in this class are 839. 51% engineers, 49% non-engineers. That is one thing which I wanted to share. I'll also make a video on this. Uh, Second important thing, and this is very important, is that typically the ISB PGP forms are out, or the application portal opens in June first week. Last year it opened on June 5th. This year they're planning to open it in April end. So the deadlines will remain the same: September mid for round one, December first week for round two, January third week for round three. But the school wants to open it in April end and not June first week. They're preponing the opening of the application portal because they want everyone to take more time, write good quality essays, build their profile, and then apply. Am I audible? Somebody said that I'm not audible. Am I audible? Anybody who wants to confirm? Got it. Yeah, so April end में form खुलेंगे instead of June first week. What does that mean for us? The good thing is that we'll more time to write our essays and take everything slow rather than rushing through the GMAT, the GRE, the essays. We'll take some time to write good essays, brainstorm, reflect. The bad thing is now everybody's getting more time. So everybody will write better quality essays, reflect more, build their profile. So the good thing is that we are getting more time. The bad thing is that everybody's getting more time, right? That's one. Another thing which I wanted to discuss, I know not many of us would be admitted folks, but it's important to discuss this also. So ISB did not have, let's say, a proper CV verification mechanism for its students. So when you went to ISV, you became a student. You could write whatever you want in your CV. There was hardly any checking done on what you wrote on your CGPA or WorkX or achievements. But this year onwards, the school has instituted uh, CV verification as a mechanism for its students. I also got to know about it day before yesterday from some mentees who shared कि क्या करना है कैसे करना है, and I told them कि मेरे time पे तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं था, right? I went to ISB in 2020. हमारे time पे there was no CV verification as such, but the school has started doing it from this batch onwards, right? Because there was a lot of speculation about ISB not doing proper verification, which meant that students got a chance to beef up their CVs, lie on their CVs. So the school wants to minimize that now, right? So these were some things. Acha, before I take your question, starting with Chirag and Akshat, I want some feedback. I published two videos in the last week. One was reflections on the ISB PGP admissions last year, and also on placement statistics for ISB. Were those videos helpful? Did we get a chance to see them? Anybody? I'll share them with you as well. You can watch them. Placements and reflections. ठीक है. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for the feedback. Now let me take the questions one by one. We are out of SIBM Pune and NMIMS Mumbai. Frankly, I would pick NMIMS Mumbai because it has better relative prestige, specifically for finance and general management roles. You work in branding and marketing. Hmm. Definitely, yeah, Akshat. I mean, if you are someone who has either worked in a marketing agency or you have done, let's say, marketing activation and GTM for a direct to consumer startup for that matter, either or, the experience is very unique. If you leverage it, if you talk about it tactically in your essays, if you build your profile around it, then your quality of work ex will definitely stand out. Right? Gautam is saying, yeah, Gautam, it depends. And I made a video on profile building also. It depends on your prior academics, if you've had any gaps in your CV, if you already have extracurriculars in your CV, if you've had good academics, if you have 4+ years of work ex, if you have had very good promotions or awards, and if you have decent extracurriculars in terms of, let's say, placement cell or debating committee or swimming club or karate, then you don't need to build your profile. You can just showcase continuity of those previous passions right now. That would be sufficient for you. But if you don't have that kind of a profile, then you need to put in the effort, right? So I'll share that video as well with you. Profile building. uh, Yeah, Ranadeep is asking, what would you suggest from ISB, PGP, or Career Edge? ISB, hands down. I will never say I can replace a tier 1 B school with a program priced at 20K or 25K. It's not possible, right? I mean, I'm not somebody who will say कि आप हमारा program कर लो हम आपकी जिंदगी बदल देंगे या फिर हम MBA replace कर देंगे. All of that is bull crap. Whoever is saying that is lying to you, right? So I never ever claim that I'll replace an MBA. I simply tell people that if you don't have the time or the bandwidth or the finances to do an MBA, or if you've already done an MBA, or you don't want to do an MBA, you simply want to change your job from X to consulting, I'm happy to help you with that. I'm happy to help you with everything from CV to guesstimates to interviews to interview scheduling. If that works for you, you can join. If you want more out of this, then please consider an MBA, right? But I'll never ever claim on my website or in any forum that I'm able to replace a B school. That's not possible at all. uh, I'm now going to start my third year. I yesterday decided to test my standings and gave 2 GRE test. Yeah, Kaplan and Magoosh are credible. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cold mocks because if you end up getting a great score, then you feel overconfident in your abilities. If you end up getting a bad score, then आपको लगेगा कि यार मेरे से तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Now 305 is a good score because without studying anything, you were able to get a 305. But don't get overconfident. The journey from 305 to 328 requires a lot of effort, right? So I was able to get an offer from BCG off campus, and McKinsey. I had an interview. I could not get through on campus. EY I sat, but I could not. I did not want to take that offer. I had my own reasons. All of that relocation. See, anybody who wants to do an MBA and then wants to get into management consulting, I would say three things matter a lot. Firstly, your GPA. चाहे कोई लोग कुछ भी बोलें, if you're a B school student, if you want to get hired through campus, CGPA matters a lot. That's one. On in ISB or IIMS, wherever you're studying. Second is student clubs. So I, for that matter, had very little extracurriculars from my undergrad. So I made sure that I became the president of a student club in campus, which was the entrepreneurship club. The third thing which I took part in was case competitions. So these three things really helped me mold my CV to make it consulting shortlist worthy. Right? In the PGP, while 10 scores are not considered, yeah, whatever your scorecard says, if your college scorecard says it's 9.25, then आप वो enter करना, and you can use that in the final placements also. ठीक है. Your SPJN School of Global Management does not carry a very favorable reputation because a lot of people end up enrolling in that school assuming it's from SPJN. But SPJN has three very different programs. One program by SPJN is the PGDM, which is the 2 year MBA, which is the most prestigious. The second program is PGPM, which is the 1 year MBA or 18 months, one year hi le lo, which starts in December every year, which is available for folks who have at least 3 years of full-time work ex. It's the second best. It is also very good. The third one is the Global Management Program. It's not good. I have not heard good feedback. What kind of work ex is desired? यार M7 schools में जाने के लिए GMAT score takes a lot of precedence, so at least target a 695 or a 705 irrespective of your prior academics. In terms of work-ex, I have had mentees who have had a through and through social impact work-ex. They have not worked with the Dalbergs or the BCGs of the world. They have done social impact work with a foundation or an NGO, and they worked there for 5 years, and they were able to do so good in terms of promotions, in terms of on-ground impact, that they got into Wharton as well as Darden as well as Booth. So what matters is not your brand name, but your impact, specifically for the M7. Right? Does ISB have papers related to artificial intelligence? ISB has electives now related to artificial intelligence, which have been included in the last 2 years. One of which is frontier technologies, one of which is business value of disruptive technologies. In my time in 2020, there were hardly a couple of subjects. But now, roughly 20% of the entire elective curriculum is constituted of artificial intelligence electives. So ISB is, intellectually very agile in terms of changing its curriculum. In fact, the founding dean of ISB, Mr. Pramad Sinha, I saw in someone's LinkedIn post last month that he taught at ISB. He used to teach at ISB in its formative years, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he has started teaching at ISB again for this elective called the Founders Toolkit. Right? Uh, yeah, poor CGPA will not be a stopper for sure, but you need to compensate for that through a great GRE score, more than 327, and good profile and essays. Very good question, Gautam. A lot of working professionals ask me this question. That's Sarthak. I want to do entrepreneurship, but I want to do an MBA first because I want to network. I want to build the right toolkit. How should I go about it? I will tell you कि अगर आप लोन ले रहे हो MBA करने के लिए, get into a job first. Try to pay that loan off as soon as possible. Paying that loan off as soon as possible means taking high paying jobs. The highest paying jobs in any MBA, in a tier 1 MBA or in a good MBA, is firstly consulting, second investment banking, third product management. Right? So do your job at least for 4 or 5 years. That's the average time that any premium B school graduate takes to repay their loan, 4 to 5 years, and then you can start with your entrepreneurial journey. Uh, how is IMK PGP BL and Auxiliary PGDM GM? Very nice question. I have made videos on both these programs. Kindly go through them on the channel. They will help you, I hope. I would say Auxiliary has a better reputation as compared to IMK PGP BL, because Auxiliary is definitely a top-notch brand, followed by IMK somewhere. I would say for product management, you should keep Acceleri in mind, because Acceleri invites a lot of tech consulting and product placements. For general management, both schools are equally good. The likes of Coca-Cola, HUL, Nika, and the likes. Right? And you're eligible for both the schools because you have 5 years of work ex. Biomedical Sciences, Top Due College, MSc University of Melbourne, very nice. You have a lot of geographical or cosmopolitan work or experience. You completed your education in Australia, followed it up with Vietnam. So try to bring that geographical angle in your essays for sure, but make sure that that's not the only thing which is adding value. You should accompany your application with good extracurriculars. You can start building your extracurriculars now if you want to apply in September 2026. Uh, Try to see what you like to do. It should be something which is unique and something that you like to do. It should lie at the intersection of it. Now, unique ka matlab hai ki something like debating or chess or quizzing or reading for that matter. Reading is a dying hobby, so I think it's very unique. Um Very good question, Saurav. So, I have actually recorded a conversation with an ISB alum who actually went to do the exchange program at the Fletcher University. It will be out soon, but net 10% of the batch goes for an exchange every year. The exchange happens after placements. Placements are done by November and December. Exchange happens in January end. You have to bid for that exchange, get your visa. Now the tuition is paid for by the school, by ISB or IMS, whoever, wherever you are studying. But the cost of living has to be sponsored by you, which typically amounts to 4 or 5 lakhs. And you will stay in that school as a proper student for an entire term from, let's say, January to March. But I have recorded that conversation with the alum. It will be out soon. But 4 or 5 lakhs of expenses, 10% of the batch does that exchange program every year. Somebody goes to HEC Paris, somebody goes to Wharton, somebody goes to INSEAD. So all these schools have good connects with their global counterparts, right? Is 12th and grad marks very important for VIAL? Yes, because the PGP VIAL is inviting applications from folks who don't have WorkX. So academics becomes very important. If you don't have good academics, you have to compensate for that very, very comprehensively via your GMAT or GRE or CAT and your extracurriculars. So ISB has discontinued its deferred MBA program. If you want to apply for ISB without having 2 years of WorkX, you have to go for its direct MBA, which is the 20-month MBA. The deferred MBA has been discontinued in 2025. You can take both the exams, GMAT or GRE, either or work. Just keep this in mind that SP Gen does not accept the GRE. Even IIM Calcutta does not accept the GRE. The GMAT median has remained the same, which is 675 as compared to last year. The GRE the GRE median has fallen from 327 to 325. Now I don't know, yaar. Matlab, they did not tell us the number of people who got in through GRE. मैं आपको थोड़ा insights तब दे पाता. The number of people who got in through GRE, whether they were engineers, non-engineers, the typical work-ex. So कुछ भी reason हो सकता है. Will ISB PGP while increase its batch size this year? I don't think so, because it's a recessionary environment. ISB anyway has 839 students in its current batch, out of which 150 are from the vial, and the remainder, broadly 689, are from the PGP. So I don't think they'll increase the batch size anytime soon. When things get better, when the economy makes a comeback, then maybe they can increase it by 50 seats, or they can split the PGP vial into Mohali and Hyderabad campuses, 100 seats each, but not this year. I hope that clarifies. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. I want to apply for the PGP while, but my question is, your college will end by next year, this time, which is March 2027. You can apply in December 2026 via the round one of the PGP vial, so that when you're admitted, you start in June 2027 directly after your college with the 20-month MBA. 888 profile is above average. You need to accompany that with a great GMAT score and extracurriculars. Good GMAT score for auxiliary PGDM GM. The average score has been 635 historically. So try to get a 645 or higher than that. Our next batch for the fellowship is on 24th May. Um, don't prepare for it in an expedited way. Even if you start preparing for GMAT right now, you take out 2.5 to 3 hours per day, and you spare 3 months consistently for that. You will be able to wrap up the syllabus by July mid. You can give mocks by July end. Target giving the exam by August mid. So you will still be able to submit your GMAT for IMA PGPX, which is the August end round one deadline, and ISB September mid. So start today, prepare for 3 months consistently for 3 hours. You will be able to complete it. Yes, ISB has discontinued its deferred MBA. यार MIM का सच बताऊं हर्ष, तो MIM in itself is a European concept. MIM is a European import. MIM is not a degree which was seeded in India. The problem which has happened with MIM is that Europe underwent a recession because of the war, because of AI, because of the global economy, all of that. Uh, Over the last 5 6 years after COVID, the problem is that MIM graduates are not being able to get very good jobs as compared to MBAs. And if you think about it, if you have to hire an associate consultant for the BCG London office, and you are a recruiter, you have somebody who has done an MBA from INSEAD, and you have an MIM from INSEAD. You will pick the MBA from INSEAD because he or she has more work ex. MBA is a better degree supposedly as compared to the MIM. So the MIM graduate in this scenario will have to settle for a less promising job in that country, let's say that of a senior analyst, not of an associate consultant. So in most scenarios, this MIM graduate will come back to India. The problem with coming back to India also is that an MIM in India has not gained so much popularity. So anyway, an IIM Shillong MBA graduate will have more importance in an interview or a consulting interview as compared to an HEC MIM graduate. So the MIM degree is sandwiched in between. It's not somebody who's entering at a bachelor's level. It's not as good as the MBA. So it's a sandwich degree. That's why it's risky as of now, right? You should, if you want to do your MBA ASAP, if you're clear on your career goals, then you can do an MBA right now. No worries at all. The average work-ex this year for IIMs, it's typically 7. For ISB, it's 4. Last year also, it was 4. यार I'm not saying extracurriculars में आप पूरा ही अपना टाइम निकाल लो. 2 hours per week, if you take up any passion or pastime, 2 hours per week is sufficient. Very nice, Harsh. Good profile. The problem is that your CGP is very low in college, but your GRE of 334, I'm assuming this was given in center because ISB does not accept at home scores. So GRE 334 is great. Your entrepreneurial work is great. Ivy League certificates don't matter as long as you pursued them online, but Your anchoring or speaking experience plus your entrepreneurial experience is great. Definitely worth a shot. You can showcase intraday trading as an extracurricular. Many mentees showcase investing their own corpus or a family corpus in their extracurriculars. Awesome. Hmm. Zoology understood. No, no. I mean, a lot of people have this preconceived notion that I'm a fresher MBA, I'll not get a job. That's not true. That's why you do a 2 year MBA to do internships, do experiential interventions, and then sit for a job. BSc Zoology authored a research paper, got it. But I'll need more details from you, Krish, before I can, give you thorough feedback on your profile. So you can reach out via this form. I'll share that. Toastmasters can help you if public speaking is a recurring pastime in your journey. If you've done public speaking or anchoring or emceeing uh, or dramatics in your school and college, and now you want to keep the passion alive through Toastmasters. Whatever you do has to be connected with your past life. Sarthak has never played tabla in his entire life. He starts playing tabla or learning tabla in March 2026 and mentions it in the essays. Doesn't have any use. Yes, we have a WhatsApp community. I'll share the link. I'll share the link with you. Give me one second. Cool. I've shared the link with you. And definitely good chances if you're able to leverage your entrepreneurship and speaking experience compellingly in the essays and build your profile around that, because your GRE is anyway sorted. So you can start focusing on profile building from right now, right away. If you do that, then we definitely have good chances. By the way, just one parting question from my side. I'm sorry I keep asking a lot of questions. Would you like to be a part of a group which is open for all, which is not about careers or MBA? We anyway have groups for that, but which is for people who want to read good articles, get business book recommendations, exchange paragraphs by authors which are worth remembering, more of a group which appreciates and consumes good literature, be it books, podcast, movies. Anybody? Awesome. Thank you so much, because I'm planning to start something like this, which is not at all related with Career Edge. It's something which I've been planning to do since quite a while, because I love to, share those ideas or abstract articles with others, and my family is fed up of me from that tendency. So it's better to do it with people who are actually interested, right? So ISB considers marks from 12th, college, and additional degrees. Additional degrees are always valued. as long as they are residential programs, not part time. Be it an MSc, be it an MCom, be it uh, an Ashoka University YIF, be it the Vedika Scholars Program, anything, as long as it's full time and residential. Cool. I'll try to make that group ASAP and share the link with you. Please join. And it's an open for all group. Everybody can communicate. So that is there. Very interesting suggestion, Sharan. Yeah, I know people from the gaming industry. देखो गेमिंग का एक तो मतलब होता है that you call somebody from Nazara Technologies, uh, people who build new games in India, or let's say Zynga for that matter. So ISB invites Zynga and Nazara both for its product management placements. I'll try to find somebody. Uh, Other sort of gaming is real money gaming, which is people from Dream 11 and Winzo. Now, the real money gaming industry has taken a hit because of the government regulations. So, people have switched jobs from these companies. So, that's the problem. Yeah, no worries, Harsh. You can reach out to me. I've shared the Google form, it's on this website. Do they consider MS degree in data science programs too? Which no, online degrees are not appreciated. I mean, it's no downside to present it, but it will not really raise their eyebrows or move the needle. Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today, and we'll meet next week as well. And I'll keep sharing videos and content on the group. So thank you so much for joining. If you've completed the 12th standard, it's too early for you to reach out to me. Do good in college, and in the last year or second last year, you can reach out. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next week, same time, same day. Thank you.